Okay, in the JMeter official site, there are lots of built-in functions here. It's around 50 built-in functions. So as a beginner, how we can learn them quickly? So I prepared a template and I grouped all the built-in functions like a variables type. So you can see there are lots of variables, built-in functions, and like a strings type, like information type, and the calculations, and the properties, also the scripting. Also, I create a thread group to group the commonly used functions. I think you can use them in your project that's really commonly used. So I'm going to go through them one by one with you together. Okay, in JMeter, we have two kinds of functions: user-defined static values. Usually we call it variables. It starts with a dollar symbol, brace, and variable name. Another one is a built-in functions. So we have around 50 built-in functions in JMeter. It starts with a dollar symbol, brace, and double, underscores, and give the function name. If there are any parameters, we should put it here. And this one is a function without any parameters. Also, the variables cannot be nested. That means you cannot use the variables like this way. So you cannot pass a variable to another variable. But the functions can be nested. So we can use it like this way. This is the variable name. So we put it in a function. And both variables and the functions are case sensitive. Okay, in JMeter, we can open the function Dialog helper in the toolbar. We just click it, then we open the function helper. So this is the parameters we need to give to the function, and this is the function syntax. This one is the result and other reference variables. Let's take one as example, like a counter. So we have two parameters. The first parameters indicates if we give it true, that means for each user to have own counter. If we set it to false, that means this one is a global counter. Let's try to give it true. Another parameter is the name to store the result of the function. This one is optional. We can give a name my counter. Okay, so when we click generate copy to clipboard, then we get the syntax of the function. So we can use it in our script. And this is the result of this function. So let's go to my test plan, and we create a dummy sampler. Then we can copy the counter. So we copy the syntax and paste it here. We just write. So the counter 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's because we have two threads. Each thread has its own counter. Okay, but how we change this one to false? Let's write again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's global counter. Okay. And also we can check this one, my counter. This is a variable to store the value of this built-in function. So we can create another sampler. Let's just give the name. Okay, let's write. Okay, you can see this dummy sampler 1, 2, 3, 4. That means the variable works. Okay, these are most frequently used functions. I'm going to show you how they work. Okay, the first number, we can go to the function helper, find the thread number. Okay, this one, so there's not any parameter, we just generate it. Then we can use it in our script. We can add here like a thread number. Also, we can copy it here. That's right. Okay, we have a thread number 1, thread number 2, right? Okay, another one is time, is to get return the current time in various formats. So when you go to JMeter official site, we can find the time. This one, we just open it. Then we have a explanation about this function. In the format attribute, we can open the simple date format. Then there are lots of format we can use. So there's examples. I think you can use this example directly. Okay, let's create one. Let's create another dummy sampler. Disable this too. Okay, we can open the function helper and find the time. Then the format string, we can copy it here, like we use this one. And the second parameter is optional, is the variable to store the value. I also demoed to you, so I don't pick up this one. So I click generate, so we got this syntax, so we can use it. Time, we just write, change this one to 1 thread, 1 count. Okay, we get a time here, and if we give more loop, you can see the time is changed, right? Okay, next one is counter. I've already showed you, and random. So we can give the minimal value allowed for the random range, like 1, and the max value for the range, like 10. And the limit to store the value, we don't need it, so we just click it. Then we can copy it, random. So we just write. So when random 2, 6, 10 is random value. Okay, next one is random string. Random string. Okay, we can give the random string length like 10. We can give the chance to use the random string generation, like Daniel love test. Okay, the third parameter is optional, we don't need it. So we get this syntax. We can copy it and paste here. Random value, random string. Sorry, this one, random. That's right. So we have this random string. Okay, next one, string from file, read a line from a file. So let's open function dialog helper. We find the string from file, this one. So the first parameter is to enter the path of the file. So we can prepare 3 files str1, 2, 3. So in each file, we have 3 lines. The first file we have str1 demo 123. In the second file we have string2 demo 123. In the third file we have string3 demo 123. Okay, then we should give the name of the file, how we can get it. So if you put these 3 files into the JMeter bin folder, I think you can use the relative path. But if you put the files to anywhere else, I think you need to get an absolute path. Okay, so we can drag this file into a terminal console. Then we get this full path. We can copy it. Then we put it here. We put it here so we can change, because we have 3 files here, so we can use this. Code.code. Okay, so we can take the file name like this. Then the second parameter is the value to store the result. We don't need it. And we have 2 parameters, start file sequence number and the final file sequence number. That means where the JMeter should read the file. If we have 3 files, if we want to read all of them, we can start from 1 and end from 3, right? So we can click generate. So we have this syntax. Okay, there's some errors here. It says the end of the sequence seems the file cannot be found by the JMeter. Okay, let me check. Okay, seems we need to remove the blank space. Okay, click again. Okay, it works. So we can go to JMeter. We add a string from file. So we can add a thread number here, so that's more clear to demo how it works. We just add a thread number. Okay, the thread number is a little bit overlap, so we can add a constant timer to avoid. Just 1 second. We write again. Okay, so we can see the thread number 1 read the first file and the first line. Thread number 2 read the first file, the second line, and then repeat. They will read the third line. So it just read this file one by one for all the threads. Then it will go to the second file and read it one by one. So you can see this the first file, and then we go to the str2. This is the second file, right? So read from the first line, second line, third line, then go to the third file, and the first line of the third file, second line, and the third line. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 samplers, but actually we should have 10. Why? Because we only have 9 lines for the 3 files. So there's not enough string for the JMeter. Okay, so we only have 9 samples. But if we change this one to like we can copy it to, let's try. So we only have 6 samplers because we only have a because we set this one as 2. That means the end file is the second file, so we only read the 2 files. So in total we have 6 lines. That's how it works. The next one is file to string. Let's go to function dialog helper file to string. So we enter the path. So we need a demo so we can prepare a text file. Let's open it. Hello Daniel. We can put it. So in order to get the full path, we can drag the file to the terminal. Then we can copy it. Then we paste it here. Then file encoding. By default, I think we don't need to change it. Name of variable. Okay, this one is optional to store the result. We don't need it. So we click generate. Then we get a hello Daniel. Then we copy it. File to string. So we can write. So we have hello Daniel, hello Daniel. Every sample get hello Daniel. Okay, next one is CSV read. This function will read from CSV delimited file. In the previous session, I introduced how to use the CSV dataset config. I fully suggest you to use this element. It's more powerful than the built-in function CSV read. Okay, let's see how it works. Let's open the function helper and find the CSV read. Okay, this one. So CSV file to get values from the alias. So we need to prepare a CSV file like this one, read, so we can open it. Then we have 3 lines, 1A, 1B, 1C, 2A, 2B, 2C, 3A, 3B, 3C. So we have 3 lines and 3 columns. We need to pass. Just drag it to the terminal. We copy it. Column number of CSV file. Now we can give a 0, column 1. That means then we generate. Also, let's try to give another column like 1. Let's copy this 2. Okay, as you can see, there's a legs. So what does it mean, legs? Let's try it. We can give this one is legs. Let's copy this one again. So we just need 1 thread, 1 loop to try this function. Let's run it. Okay, so you can see the first CSV read function, we give the column 0, right? So we have 1A first line, first column. And the second line, we have the 1, column 1. So that means it's read the first line, second column, column B. And then we ran the 0, give the column 1 and the column 2. So it 1A, 1B. That's correct, right? Okay, so we get this empty result here. So let's check it. Legs, the legs means the legs here means read the legs lines, legs rows of the CSV file. So we can't use it like this way. We should put it here. So just behind this CSV read, then it will read the next line. So let's write. So you can see the fourth CSV read the first line of the CSV file. right? The first line. Yeah, 1A, 1B, 1C is read the first line. When we reach this line, so there's legs. The legs means it will jump to the next line. So next CSV read will read the next line, and it indicates it will read the first column, column A. So it returns to A, the second line, and the first column. So that's how Lex works. Hope you understand it. We also can use text file. It also supports. You can try it by yourself. You just you change all the CSV to text or text to CSV. It supports as well. Okay, I've demoed all the frequently used functions, and you can download the script from my repo and practice by yourselves. Next session, I'll show you best practice of recording a script. Then you can make a valid script for your load testing.